The following program contains graphic language, which may be offensive to some viewers.
In my head, all I would be like is like, as soon as I bust, I'm just gonna fall asleep and open my eyes and be in the cell next. I'll be in the cell in between Diddy and Buffy.
Welcome back, Delinquent Chronicles. Actually, we do this every time. Do we actually know what fucking episode we're on?
Yes, we do.
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
This is #1 bullshit.
Technically 21. Actually 22. Because we have that lost episode that we never did. But canonically it's 20. And we've got the see it's 20. We didn't know what episode it was on episode 19. Right? 19?
Yeah, it was 19.
Dude, this isn't episode 20, this is episode 21.
And the truth shall set you free!
Yes, yeah, that's it. 21.
It's 21, yeah, dude, we are so fucking stupid.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Episode 21.
21 illegal.
At least one of us is.
At least one of us is, yeah, definitely me. Episode 21. Welcome to the Delinquent Chronicles. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate all the subscribers, all the notes. We've had people commenting in our comments. And I just wanted to say first off, I love you. I'm El.
I'm Neil.
Jose.
That's Jose. Jose's messing around with the camera, just making sure that you guys we're all in focus and we all look good. He may do some changes to some lighting whilst we're doing this, but either way, just wanted to say thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching our emergency episode. A lot has happened. The episode that dropped today was actually episode 19. And I'm so sorry. I just want to apologize because I had one of our subscribers, a guy called Tony. He gave me shit because he was like, dude, where is our promised episode? And I just need to say to you, like, I'm so sorry. Fucking YouTube just like to make things so difficult. Every time we have to, because I post all these little edit clips and stuff. So, but I'm raw dogging this episode. I'm actually not prepared pretty much whatsoever. You're actually more prepared than I am with regards to what we're gonna talk about. I guess I don't know. But I'm raw dogging. So, by the way, speaking of, you ever heard that guys are raw dogging? Not the good kind of raw dogging, guys.
Sorry.
But they're raw dogging airplanes.
I'm sorry, what?
Right, so basically, there's this new trend that started where men are raw dogging long flights. So they'll get on a flight, no headphones, no book, no nothing, and they just get on the flight and they just raw dog it. They just sit there for like 5 hours, not just stare into space, looking at the screen, showing the plane moving. They don't watch no videos, no books, no music, no headphones, nothing. Just the atmosphere of the plane and them sitting there doing their thing.
Do they film it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Because why? Because anyone can
Not
say
the whole thing, but they'll just be like, I'm just walking on a plane right now. I've got nothing on me but my phone, no headphones or nothing. I'm just gonna raw dog this flight.
How do we know that? How do we know that?
They're the same motherfuckers, right? Who like look at Hannibal Lecter like like something to aspire to, right?
Yeah, fucking lunatics, bro.
Then imagine we'd be like, yo, I ate his liver with some fava beans.
Don't knock Hannibal Lecter. Trump likes him.
I'm saying he eat people, right? And he weren't in a plane crash to do it. He was like, I'm gonna go get some paprika and season this motherfucker.
If you tell Hannibal Lecter anything about you, he just knows that. Wait, he's kind of like evil Sherlock Holmes. It's like, tell me that fragrance you're wearing. You're worried that that's your aunt. We'll find out that you have kids in your basement. It was something stupid like that. It's very worrying.
Could you raw dog a flight? Like, say
no,
from here to like Spain. What's that? 4 hours? 3 hours? Erroneous.
No.
2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure when I went to Alicante, it was like 4 hour flight.
It was not 4 hours when I went to Madrid. I mean, well,
Someone check it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anything that can make me forget that I'm conscious is a gift. So headphones, any kind of distraction will do.
yeah, you couldn't raw dog it. You can sit there for 3
No,
hours
no.
and just
I'll definitely kill myself.
stoically sit there like Conan the Barbarian. Just
No.
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 There was one guy who he raw dogged a long haul flight. I think he did like a 13-hour flight, and it was the 13 hours, but it was just like nothing. Just sat there for 13 hours like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah, that's it, man. Like,
I mean-
you know,
I can't even raw dog a fucking prostitute for 5 minutes, let alone sit on a plane for fucking 13 hours with nothing.
13 hours. That's
How long? Oh yeah, so is someone checking the flight?
yeah.
13 hours is
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot when you got nothing to do, right?
that's how long it took to get to Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. 2
There's
hours
no
and
way.
28 minutes.
2 hours and 28 minutes. There you go. Oh, I was wrong then. I don't know why I thought it was 4. What's it?
But
to
you said Alicante, so that I imagine that's a further part of Spain.
Try check that for me. Just do Alicante, Luton to Alicante or whatever the fuck, or Gatwick. I don't know. Whatever the fuck. I can't remember. I don't. Even, I think it was Luton I flew out from. I can't remember.
Okay, flights from.
We're just checking to see how long, because it's such an exciting podcast today. We're just checking, but who's right basically, because we're cunts.
Who's right? Who's wrong?
Who's right? Who's wrong?
1 hour 10 minutes.
Find out next week.
Extra 1 hour 10 or 1 hour 10 total.
Oh no! Sorry, forgive me. That is. It said from. That was from Madrid.
Where's Jamie when you need him? You know, fucking hell, guys. Oh,
Jamie.
2 hours and 35 minutes.
There you go. See, I was wrong. There you go. Swiftly
Jamie
moving on. Swiftly moving on. We found out that none of us, we all have ADHD. None of us can sit still quietly for 4 hours on a flight somewhere.
No, not on a fucking plane. Like,
Yeah, bollocks to that
the
shit.
only thing I'm afraid of was flying. I'm not gonna sit on a plane.
Are you afraid of flying?
Yeah,
Like afraid?
afraid.
Well, you know, according to Superman, statistically speaking, it's still the safest way to
Fuck
travel.
Superman. Right.
That's what Lois Lane's been trying
I
to do
think
for
actually,
years.
statistically speaking, it is actually the safest way to travel.
You know what? Do you know my problem with the statistics?
Go on.
Is they don't account for the key elements. Like, if you're driving a car and that car breaks down,
Right.
and similar to a plane, there's nothing around you, there's no other cars on the road, that car will roll to a stop.
Yeah. If
You're in a plane and that plane breaks down and nothing's around you, that plane will fall a couple 100,000 feet.
Yeah, but it's like falling with style.
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
No,
Like Buzz
because
Lightyear.
you're awake and
you don't-
aware
yeah, but you
the
don't-
whole time.
Do you know? Let me tell you something right now. The amount of times that according to people that I know that work in the aviation industry, the amount of times, according to my Eskimo brother, have I told you the story about my Eskimo? I'll tell you in a bit. But yeah, there is the amount of times that an engine just stops working. Often, more often than you think. You just don't know about it, and they don't want to fill in the paperwork, so they just keep going.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's true, dude. Yeah, it's true.
You are making it far too easy for me to not get on another flight again.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. The
Right.
amount of times that shit happens on a plane that you just don't know about is more often than you think. So next time you get on a plane, you hear a rattle, that might just be the engine going.
I like to be unconscious for the entire flight time.
Sorry?
I like to be unconscious for the entire flight time.
Yeah, dude. I
Don't sleep for 2 days. And then it's like a hour and a half to 2 hours before you get on the flight. Take the air medicine, get on it. Do you got my seatbelt?
take.
With a sleep?
Sorry. Take the air medicine.
Yeah, like air sickness medicine.
The what medicine?
Air sickness medicine.
Air sickness medicine. What does it
Yeah.
make you drowsy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Last time I took some pill, I remember I was going to New York, and I took, so last time I was in Asia, I bought some Xanax, and which is legal to buy over there, but apparently illegal to own here. It's a prescription drug. I don't have any more, by the way. Police, they can't, whatever. This was a few years ago, and I was flying to New York. I just took a Xanax, and then I was out the whole fucking flight. I remember just waking up
In New York.
and even then I was still kind of drowsy. It was pretty awesome. And I took 2 on the way back from Thailand. I remember I was on my own, and I had a plane seat, like a window seat.
No.
And I got the window seat, and then I was actually, it wasn't my seat, but it was like a 3-person aisle. There was a couple sitting next to me, and I think the seat was for the husband. And I just said to him, like, look, listen, dude, I've literally popped 2 Xanax before I got into this flight. I'm gonna be asleep for the next like 6 hours. You might as well just let me stay here, because otherwise you're gonna want to go toilet and I'm not gonna move. So, because I'm gonna be out. So he was like, okay, fair enough. And then sure enough, I fucking passed out right after that. No talking, no nothing to nobody. And then when I woke up, like, bunch of hours later, everyone was like, not everyone, but people around me were like, oh, you were really out. And I was like, yeah, I was snoring and everything. I was fucking
See,
I was out,
bro.
bruv.
I know how terrible it is, because I know that I snore when I sleep.
Yeah, me too.
And the thing is, I prefer to sit in an aisle seat, because I don't like to be bunched up against no one, and I don't want to sit in the window seat, because the idea of being able to look out of a plane while it's in the air is terrifying to me.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, as much as I try to be as considerate as I can most of the time, when I'm on that plane and it's flying, I don't give a fuck about you.
You're like that
If
black
I'm
chick on that
asleep
flight who wouldn't
and I'm
fucking...
asleep, right? If I'm asleep and I'm snoring, right? And it's like, oh, it's disturbing you, tough shit for the length of the flight.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Did you see the video of that chick who was this black chick, she was on a flight and they had to remove her because she had
Oh, she was sitting in the emergency.
she had the emergency seat, and then the air hostess. Did you see this joke? The air hostess was like, "Oh, are you willing to make sure you take the responsibilities of, like, you know, making
Saving
sure you open
lives
the
and
door and saving lives, which is part and parcel of the role, right?"
Yeah, of having that seat.
And she was like, and like any fucking idiot, would just go, yeah, sure, just so you can move on with your life. But no, this bitch had to be like attitude for no reason.
Well, the black woman,
yeah,
with attitude.
I was waiting for that moment.
Sure. But this bitch, she had to cop an attitude for no reason. Yeah, she could have just shut her mouth and been like, yeah, sure, of course. But no, she had to be like, I ain't fucking doing shit. Fuck these people. And as a joke, and then the woman, the air hostess, was like, maybe she's just fucking around, whatever. She asked her again, like, directly, and she was like, "Now fuck these people," and then basically, right, and then she was like, "Okay, cool, we have to change seats then, innit?" And then it became this whole big thing, and then they had to her and her peoples. There was three of them sitting on that aisle. They caused so much commotion and refused to get up. She's like, "I'm calling my lawyer." And I'm like, bitch, you're on a budget flight. Who the fuck lawyer? Who holds a lawyer on retainer when you're on a budget flight that costs you 50 quid? What the fuck is wrong with you? She's like, "I'm calling my lawyer," all this bullshit. And then she ends up getting turfed off the flight, but only when they have to deboard the entire fucking plane. Like, the captain comes out to talk to her and they just deboard. She refuses to comply. And those kind of people piss me off, where everyone was like, "Listen, we'll just switch places. It's cool. Like, I'll switch with you."
Yeah.
And she's like, no, just like, "Oh, you're a fucking dick, dude." And then, everyone had to deboard because she refused to be a fucking team player. Or even just, like, pretended to be a team player, do you know?
Nah, I'm not like
what a
that.
Dickhead.
The best way I can say this, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone or any situation that has occurred during this, but all I will say is, if I'm on a flight and there is a commotion on this flight near me, end it quick, because I don't want to get out of my chair, right? I don't care how long the flight is. I can hold my bladder. I can not get out of a chair for 12 hours. I'm okay with that. If you causing a ruckus and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to divert the flight, or we're gonna have to turn back around," I'll tell you, man, woman, young or old, I will punch you in the face repeatedly until you do not move. And I will tell the pilot, "Go where you're supposed to go. We'll deal with it when they land." Right? I am not a good flyer. I have no interest in becoming a good flyer. I will hurt people to make sure I get to where I need to get to. in as much peace and tranquility as possible.
Kind of makes you wish you were an air marshal. You could just shoot the cunt and move on. Boom, fucking.
Literally, we're like, oh, I'm not getting out of my seat. I'll jab you in your neck with a syringe full of a horse tranquilizer. Listen, when you wake up, you'll be where you need to be, but you won't enjoy where you are.
You'll be like that scene in oh fuck, what's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie? Jordan Belfort.
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street.
When he wakes up tied to the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, dude. You just get to like, I see these videos on like Twitter and stuff, and just like people, and do you know what? I'm gonna side with Joe on this, unfortunately, and I am sorry, but like the watermelon people, you know, like what are you guys doing, guys? Come on, the black activities. It's not good. You know
what? The thing is this.
You're right, Joe.
This, right? You know what? I like this, right? There are a number of individuals, oftentimes black individuals, oftentimes American black individuals, who just can't control themselves. Maybe that's an American thing, maybe it's a black thing, maybe it's a black American thing, maybe it's a thing of just those individuals who tend to be from certain parts of America. Because I have black American family who do not behave in this manner, who've never behaved in this manner. So it's a foreign concept. It's a foreign concept to me when I see it, even though I've seen it multiple times. I was like, just behave yourself. Just control yourself you don't even have to control yourself the entire flight. You just got to control yourself before takeoff. And then control yourself enough that when we get to over halfway, then say what you gotta say. You deal with the consequences when you land. But the foolishness that comes when it's like, oh, I'm gonna, of like.
Sorry, Joe's adjusting some lighting for us.
Yeah, that the foolishness that comes with it's like, oh, are you willing to remain in this seat and help people like open the door? No, fuck these people. Okay, well then move into a different seat. No, I don't want to move. All right. What do you mean you don't want to move? If you sit here, this is what you have to do. If you don't do it, you and almost everyone else on this flight might die.
Yeah.
But the ignorance that is like...
Ignorance, dude. It's ignorance. The thing is, if I see that there's like fights that like kick off as well. Like full on fights. Kick off on planes, like mid-air and shit. Like, dude, just chill the fuck out. Did you ever see the one where there's this fucking black chick, and she had like either just been nominated for a Grammy or something?
Yes, where she's sitting in the back of the plane and she starts singing.
And then the fucking other black dude comes over and he's like, could you shut your fucking mouth? Yeah. Otherwise I'm gonna just kick you off this plane. And she's like, yeah, but people just want to hear me sing. Like main character syndrome, dude. I hate people like that. They're like, I am the main character of this entire fucking scenario. And it's like, of course, because she's black, it's like it had to be about race. It's just beautiful that it was a black guy that told her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I like it when other black people look. You're being Innerish. You need to be more like a black person. Stop being Innerish.
Have you guys ever done that?
What? Had to tell
once.
Have you ever seen a fellow
on the bus
black person put your hand on their chest and be like, bro, you're making us all look bad here?
Look at me. You embarrass me. You embarrass yourself.
You know what I mean? Like you're working towards a stereotype. Like fucking help us out. Yeah, help the whole fucking community out and get your act together. Have you ever had to do something like that?
I'd never put my hand on anyone, but I said, look, man, you're...
I mean, metaphorically speaking, put your hand on their chest and be like, bro, come on, dude.
I was on a night bus and there was a bunch of, let's say, people making noise and being very Innerish. And
what's this word Innerish you keep saying?
Niggerish.
Oh, niggerish. Right.
Yeah. And it's, look, man, you're adding to a stereotype. If you want that to continue and you want to be seen like a third, fourth class citizen, keep doing what you're doing, or you can be a human being and just be and function normally.
I'm assuming that the response was dignified and polite.
Absolutely.
And they were like, yeah,
Absolutely.
man, I see the error of my ways.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
just like that.
Yeah?
No, of course not.
I wasn't really.
I was told to fuck off and mind my own business. And they even started on me, but I only had 2 stops left to go. So it was just a matter of saying. It was a matter of saying something, and having that just go in their minds for a little bit. These people were young, so they probably thought they knew better than me. So
I can imagine Joe just being like fucking nobody, on the bus.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'm nobody.
Kicking the shit out of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had that ability.
You ever had to do that?
Yes and no. I've had situations where I've had to just tell people, just relax yourself.
Are these randoms? Or
Well, these are just randoms,
okay.
Right? It's never really been a thing of where I've had to tell, someone who's specifically black, you're letting the side down.
Yeah.
Right? Because the thing is, it's that old phrase where it's just wise men say don't argue with fools because those from a distance can't tell who is who. Right?
Says that like he didn't have that queued up in his brain to say it, but yeah.
Right? But it's that thing there is at what point do you go from one intelligent black person telling or one non-ignorant black person telling an ignorant black person, you're letting the side down, chill out, to being 2 ignorant black people having a disagreement?
Yeah.
No, because I was like...
And then you have a N-word moment.
Watch where you walking, nigga. Hey, what you say, nigga?
Watch closely. You're about to experience a nigga moment. Webster defines the nigga moment as a moment when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro male.
What did you say, bitch, nigga? Hey, squeeze it, nigga!
Causing him to act in an illogical, self-destructive manner, i.e., like a nigga. Nigga moments are unpredictable.
Hey, wait, man, wait. This is stupid. Hey, you right, dawg. Look, let's put the guns away and go on about our business. Freeze!
But they all end up bad. If they had their own category, nigga moments would be the 3rd leading killer of black men behind pork chops and FEMA. It's a fact. Now let's see how a nigga moment affects a white man.
Frick. Watch where you walking, bitch.
What did you... Wait a minute. I'm white.
Where you going? Don't you ignore me. This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
Yeah, but as long as it was, hopefully the chairs are all tied down. But the thing is, now I think I'm sure I've told you about this. The one time I did have a not serious disagreement, but it was a moment. So it was Eid, right? And I was doing a night shift.
Explain what Eid is for people who don't know what that is.
So Eid is the end of Ramadan, which is the period of times when Muslims fast, and then when they finish fasting, the celebration is called Eid. If I'm incorrect in any of that, then let me know.
We don't care, but yeah, right. We don't care if we're wrong, but it's good to know.
But
anyway.
Eid is essentially it's kind of like the Christmas for people who are Islamic, and I was doing a night shift. This is when I was working at Topshop, right? Black Topshop.
Oh, Oxford
right?
Street.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Night shift, but then I was like, oh, if it's in Oxford Street, okay.
So this is when I was working there during that time. So I'm taking the bus in the evening to get to Oxford Circus, and on the bus, this family of I'd say probably Somalian family get on, and it's just all women. So it's there's 2 older women, maybe 3 teenage girls, and then 2 young children. They all get on the bus, and
damn, it just got very dark. Just pull it all the way.
Yeah. So they all get on the bus. So I'm just on the bus now. 1, I didn't like working at Topshop, and 2, I did not like doing night shifts. So I'm already in a not the best mood possible. So they get on the bus and they're just chatting. They're at what I would call a respectable volume. I've got headphones in. I can't hear them as they're sitting fairly close to me, but they're spread out along this bus. So the older women and the youngest children are like, it's a single decker bus, and they're like in the first row of seats behind the back doors.
Right, yeah.
And then at the very back of the bus is where the teenage girls are. Again, they're chatting. It's a festive time for them. They're cool. This white guy gets on the bus with this black woman. The black woman is clearly not born here, right? Or maybe she was, but she carries a strong accent. And the guy was also seemingly not born in England, so to speak, because he carries somewhat of an accent himself. And it's very early on, it's very easy to know this guy is drunk, but I'm like, it's whatever, it don't really matter. But this guy, despite the fact that the lady who is his companion is black, he takes umbrage with these girls at the back of the bus talking, cracking jokes, laughing, and he starts mouthing off at them. And when things like this happen, this is a moment where I'm like, I tend to just pause the music I'm listening to, catch a whiff of the conversation to ready whether or not I'm going to wind up, whether I'm going to be part of this situation or a spectator to the situation. And he's talking, and he's like, oh, how you fuck off back to your own country? And I heard that, and then the first thought in my head was like, bro, you do not sound like you were born here. So that is a special sentence. The teenage girls are like, shut the fuck up. I was born here. Why don't you go back to your drunken house?
Wow.
The guy,
Polish or something.
I don't know, but she just said, why don't you go back to your drunken house? She didn't specify about where that house was. Man took umbrage with that. He didn't like the fact that she called out that he was inebriated. So he gets up and starts making his way to the back of the bus like he's gonna do something. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to point out.
Right, just before you go on, I just have this image of like Biff Tannen walking towards George McFly, and then Marty tripping him up. Right in the first movie,
yeah.
And then the guy stands up and he's like reaches Marty's height and then goes
going. Right now.
Oh, Biff, look at that!
Biff.
All right, punk. Now, whoa, Biff. What's that?
Now imagine that, right? He starts making his way. Now I must point out, he's at the very front seats on this bus, and there are a number of able-bodied men from like middle age to early 20s who could easily prevent this guy from continuing on his path. Then he gets to the back doors where there's like the one step, and then he would be on the same level as that, or like there's two steps. So he gets to that point. I am in the first seats up above the staircase, and he's making his way, and I've looked back and I've seen that there's 3 teenage girls. This is a grown man, nobody's stopping him. So as he gets to the back doors, I stand up and I'm in his path. At that moment in time, he was Marty McFly and I was Biff Tannen, because
he's smaller than you.
He was significantly smaller than me. So he's there and he's looking up at me because 1, I'm like a step above him, and 2, I am already taller and wider than he is. And he's, oh, get the fuck out of the way, oh, mind your fucking business. And I was like, listen, man, don't do this, alright? You're not going back there, alright? So you can just go and you can go sit down and everything's fine, but you're not going back there. And he's, oh, what are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna fucking do? And he clenches his fist. Now, I am aware of what I look like, and I am also aware
of
what advantage. I look like when I am, shall we say, unimpressed with the situation. I don't have a poker face, so you'll see what my emotional state is. I'm wearing a very large hoodie. And I'm looking at this guy, and I look down at his hand, and I said, mate, if you peel that hand back, you are not gonna see the morning. And I see him like think about it. The woman who he's with, who stayed in her seat this whole time, the whole time he's been arguing, the whole time he's mouthing off.
Oh, she's banging that text and starts showing at you.
She turns around, and all she sees is the back of him, and then a foot up, me looking down at him with that. Make a move. You make a move, it's gonna go differently.
She feeling froggy, leaping it.
Yeah. And she immediately, she's, why can't we all just get along? Bus driver, why do we always have to get to violence? The girls behind me are like, shut up! You had nothing to say when he started walking over here, but now that he's in a position,
now that we have found our champion.
Hey, we know each other. He's a friend from work.
Yeah. Right? I was looking at him, and then what happens is the bus stops at a bus stop. People get off. The woman with him gets up, walks to where he is, and just grabs him and is like, come, we're getting off the bus. We're getting off the bus. Pulling him off the bus. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this night shift, so you can make a move. Do your thing. I don't want to do a night shift.
I'll do anything to get out of this night shift.
I'll comfortably get out of this night shift. I will knock your head into the next century, right, to get out of this night shift. She drags him off the bus, and then it's like the doors close, and I just sit back down, push play on the music, bus starts rolling off, and I can see like as the bus walking off, I see the guy, and he's just like just watching as the bus goes.
I bet he's single now as well. Yeah. He's got emasculated in front of his woman, bro.
I mean, if you're gonna play games like that, at least have a scan of who's on the bus.
What they say? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? I was like, because the thing is, the most irritating thing for me in that whole situation was I was like, the number of able-bodied men that this guy was able to walk past before getting to me, being like, you're not going no further.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing, and I think we may have discussed this before in the past, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm not getting involved in your business. Like, if you mouthed off, and then, you know, like, sometimes you gotta know when you pick your battles, you know? Like, I will never, unless you are outright killing a bitch, and even then, it's a, you know? Like, I'm not getting involved in your fight. I got a family and kids. This is one of the reasons I don't use public transport, is that. Because it's just, you know, no offense to anybody.
No, there's
riffraff. Yeah. You know, there's riffraff.
I get it.
And I'm not about to deal with that council estate behaviour. So yeah, that's why I drive everywhere. I'll drive into London. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay the congestion charge. I'll pay the extortionate parking, because the cost of that versus like the cost of getting public transport, dealing with the dickheads. And all the space, and getting, like, you know, running into a sick person and then getting ill and touching all those horrible services. Yeah. That's offset. The cost is offset. I'm happily pay whatever I need to pay. But yeah, fucking, you know, it's just, you don't know these people these days, man. People out here with weapons and.
But keep in mind, this is like 2012.
Doesn't matter.
So even with people like the heights that we're currently at, we weren't at those heights. But I was just like,
no, I think we have been. It just wasn't reported. Bro, listen, here's the thing. I'm just not getting involved.
Yeah.
To get put on a t-shirt. Yeah. I'm just not doing it. Bro. You're not putting me on a t-shirt. So.
But also, you know, it's like when you gauge the whole situation. Like, he didn't scan the situation. I was able to scan it. And I was like, right, drunk British male, not from England.
Scottish then, or Welsh?
Well, somewhere other than England. But I'm like,
I reckon he was Irish.
Gauging the scene, I'm like, this guy might be solidly built in his bones, but his alcohol consumption's got him swaying. He is not fully sharp. I reckon it'll take maybe
he's Polish then.
3-4 hits at the most, and this gentleman will be counting sheep.
Do you remember that video of that dude on the train who choked that guy out? Do you remember?
Choked the guy out?
Yeah, there was like a fight on. It wasn't in the UK. It was I think in New York. But some guy on the train was giving it all the fucking big hoo-ha, and then some dude came up from behind and just fucking choked him out, and then the guy ended up having like a seizure or something. I don't know, but like this is what I mean. You can end up liable for like just street fights. Just ain't worth it, man. In fact, like. Here's the thing: if she mouthed off, like say for example, the girls are mouthing off and they're mouthing, I ain't getting involved. Fuck that shit, man. I ain't coming to defend you. I got my own shit to worry about. I got my own family to defend. I ain't defending you. Fuck that shit. And get stabbed in the street for trying to help somebody out, and like nobody gives a fuck about you after that. Like, oh yeah, he got stabbed in the street. Yeah, whatever. What a tragedy. But like, yeah, cool. Well, who's gonna pay my fucking mortgage? Who's gonna feed my kid? Who's gonna be there to raise him? Because I helped you, some dickhead. No.
Well, at the time, I was a lot younger. I did not have the responsibilities I have now. You know, and I was like, you know what they say? If you're feeling froggy, leap. I was feeling very froggy because I was just like, I'm already going to somewhere I don't want to go, and I'm just like, you're pissing. Yeah. I'm already in a bad mood, right? If you want to offset my bad mood, be my guest.
It's kind of like Falling Down.
Yeah.
Great
movie though.
I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So hit me with what you got, because
I reckon you probably find most people wouldn't. They'd be like, "Oh, you're crazy." I'm like, yeah, you're a pussy. That's what it is. But at the same time, like, yeah, dude, all it takes is that like one wrong hit. Yeah, you could be a hard motherfucker, but if somebody hits you the wrong way, you land the wrong way. That's it. That's it. It's the rest of your life, dude.
Hit side of your temple, hit the wrong corner.
Yeah, that's it, man. Anybody can get caught on any given Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, you can get caught slipping. Just be safe, people. Just get out. If you see some shit going on, just leave.
Or you say even Mike Tyson lost some fights.
Yeah, exactly. And Mike Tyson's a bad motherfucker, dude. Yeah. Even he got beat. You know, everyone gets beat. No matter who you are, eventually you're gonna lose somehow, some way. So, just best. And out in the streets, ain't no rules. There ain't no rules, right? So, as the humans say.
No rules?
Cool. You should tell Joe what I put you on to.
Oh gosh, Joe, what I say to you.
We're gonna change the subject a little bit.
Yeah, we're switching it up now, right? So L had I can't remember what we were discussing, but he asked me, he was like, "Oh, have you seen like these video tales about when humans don't give a shit, like humans interacting with aliens?" Right? And I was like, no, I haven't seen it. So he put me onto these tales.
They're like Reddit stories.
They're like
right?
Reddit stories.
You ever Twitter. You ever go on like TikTok
or
and
Instagram?
You see it's like somebody's
Minecraft. There's
Minecraft.
There's a whole. There's a guy that's compiled all of them together on YouTube.
Yeah. Think that, but it's an actual story. But I've seen things like the one we spoke about the guy punching the other guy in the stomach and making him shit himself at the party. That I saw via one of those. So it's like you see these things and it's like someone's playing Minecraft and it's just you hearing this story, and it was hearing as ridiculously bad as some of humans are. It's seeing what happens when us as an entire species together decide I'm not having that.
Right.
And one of them was like the biggest, baddest, top of the food chain, the Klingons of the galaxy come and they're like, yeah, like, yo, we want to take over everything. Fuck humans. And everybody else is like, no, not humans. Just leave them alone, right? Like, we've watched them for a long time. These are not the people you want to beef with. Right? And then it's like, we're the warrior race. We're doing what we want to do. So they go and they want to deal with humans, and then they're like,
at this point, humans are like, in this story, it's a made up story, but like it's written from the perspective of an outside viewing alien race.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, the humans joined our galactic
federation
or whatever.
Think like the EU.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Exactly, in
Star Trek.
space, right? And they joined our Galactic Federation, and we used to like make fun of them because they weren't as advanced as we were, and da da da. But then like this other species came in, who were like a warring race that we're like all kind of afraid of,
Right.
and they were like, we're gonna take over the humans, and and then we're like, nah, just leave the humans alone. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and they're like, and the key element that you keep overhearing, that keeps being repeated in this story, is humans don't give a fuck, right? So it's like the other alien races, like they make jokes about humans, like derogatory jokes about humans, and humans like, yeah, whatever.
They make their own jokes as well. They're
like
self-deprecating, right? We make jokes too.
Yeah, because that's how we are, you know.
Yeah,
we don't give a fuck.
We take the piss out of each other.
So then these aliens come, and then the humans are like, okay, your generals come. Here's 2 of our generals. Here's like a folder, and it was like, what's this? And it's like the rules of engagement. These are rules of war.
For those who don't know, there are rules of war.
Yeah, the rules
that exist, like in the Geneva Convention and stuff like that. Like, there's rules that even if a country goes to war with another country, we accept that we don't attack hospitals.
Yeah.
You know, we don't attack civilians.
Yeah.
Shit like that, right? And we don't attack agriculture.
The conditions of war.
Yeah, there are conditions of war that we have come to understand, because in the past when there weren't conditions of war, people were killed, raped, stabbed.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, entire human lineages have been destroyed and wiped out, right? So we as a species, I don't know if anybody actually knows, but we do have rules of war, right? But yeah, go on.
So we got rules. So these aliens, I'm gonna refer to them as the Klingons, because I'm like, that's the battle-ready people that I can remember. So they look at this and they're like, rules of war, and they rip it up, and they're like, fuck your rules of war, we're doing this. So, to quote L, humans were like, cowabunga, here it is. Right?
Yeah.
Then they decided,
they're like, no rules? Are you sure? No rules? And they're like, no rules. I'm like, bet.
Say less.
No rules.
And then they go to war. So these things, and it's like, this army, this alien army is way more advanced. They got way more people. They got way more weapons. They're just better. But then they start getting these casualties, and they're not understanding how they're losing. And it's because it was like, oh, cool, you said no rules, right? So they're like, they launch on this human territory, and then on this human territory, not Earth, but like another territory. So they go, this outpost, take over, this outpost, take over, and there's like little bits of resistance, but nothing major. And then they're like, this is gonna be easy, this is gonna be done in a week. And then they find out why that is, because humans were like, we go to like, they specifically can only eat meat. So the humans, they go and they find where they keep all of their storage of like their food and their crops and everything, and just poison the whole thing, just wipe it out, so their entire species can't eat food. There's nothing for them to eat. And then they're like, how could you do this? It was no rules.
No rules in it.
It was like, you lit the fuse, and now you're upset that the dynamite went off. That's your business.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
That's who pondered that.
I don't know. I reckon it was probably partly, maybe like an AI story. Someone probably typed like a synopsis in AI and said, expand on this.
Wow.
Because there's a few of them, and there's one called like there's one about it's told from the perspective of a soldier of an alien soldier who's on his way to fight humans.
Right.
And he's like, the perspective is he's speaking to another. He's in a briefing room, and they're being briefed by their general, and their general's like, listen, they're smaller than us, but they're dangerous. You know, we encountered like 700 of them, and they killed 10,000 of us. Right. We only managed to kill them just because of our sheer numbers. And they're like, humans are dangerous, and we're gonna go to their home world, and we're going somewhere, and we're gonna engage them, and we're gonna fight. And in the meantime, so they're getting this full-on briefing, and he's like, and it's told from his perspective, and he's like, they describe the humans as fast and agile, and he's like, you know, they've only got 2 arms. He's like, and they can only bend. Their skeletal structure only bends in a specific way. He's like, I don't And he's like, and then I look at my arms, and I look at one of my arms and how I can move it whichever way I want. And he's like, I couldn't imagine ever not moving my arm, whatever direction I want to move my arm. He's like, it's crazy, these small humans manage to cause such a problem, so we're just going to have to kill them because they're so rabid and dangerous. And then he's like then they ask a question to like the general that's giving him a briefing. He's like, oh, I heard there were bigger ones. And he's like, no, there aren't any bigger ones. There was a whole like conspiracy theory, but we've never actually run into any bigger humans. And they're like, okay, cool. And so then he's like, I remember going into battle, I remember landing, and then I don't really remember what happened after that. I just remember we got decimated by the humans that we met, like again being told from his perspective. And then he goes, but they were right, they were larger humans and they were bigger and they were stronger. And then the last thing I remember, I don't know what he said, but there were just words coming out of his mouth, and the words were that these noises that he made said, that's for killing the kids. So like essentially the aliens had run into children, like, and they said that they had an insignia which was like 3 leaves tied together, which means it's a Boy Scout troop.
Right.
So the aliens run into
Boy
seven,
Scouts.
like a troop of like stranded Boy Scouts in the woods, and got fucking destroyed by kids. And so then when they were like, oh,
10,000 versus
10,000 versus like 700 of these scouts. So then when they decided they were going to go fight and kill the humans, they didn't know that they were kids. They didn't know they were fighting children.
Right,
so when they met the adults, they were like, oh shit. And then the adults are like, you killed them kids, innit? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great.
Which
Funny,
is like,
actually.
and it just kind of like, I said to Neil, I was like, you'll listen to these videos and they're like, it's just cool because it's like, it's fantasy, whatever, but you'll also be like, fuck yeah, humans. Like, don't fuck with the human race, right? And I feel like if any other species in the universe met us, they'd be like, these guys are fucking insane.
Yeah.
They would look at us and go, you guys are still trying to brute force your way out of your atmosphere with dead dinosaur juice, right? Like, and you're out here killing each other in mass, but then you're also showing love. You have these great stories, but you're also doing this crazy shit. Like, humans are crazy, and I think in the grand scheme, other creatures in the galaxy or the universe, like aliens and stuff, would look at us and think, wow, you guys are fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to know you. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. No, carry on, sorry.
No,
I lost.
What's our time check, by the way?
40. We've got 15 minutes left.
15 minutes.
Because I got a couple of things.
Yeah, go.
Right.
Sorry, we were just talking crap. But yeah, go. You got a few things you want to talk about.
So, first thing I want to talk about is you gave me a
STD.
You shot me in the ass.
No. Oh. You gave me a task.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yes.
What was it? It was the top 10 black female characters.
Yeah, and then I hit you with a second one. I was like, the top 10 hot black female characters, because I was to be specific. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, for that first one of top 10 female characters, from 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
And I've got some honorable mentions. So 10 to 1, number 10. Even though it was characters, I did actresses, and then I did the roles for what made them.
Yeah.
So, number 10 is Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
Specifically, as Amanda Waller, when she's in Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad, and Narcisca in The Woman King. Yeah. Number 9. This is going to be one that a lot of people probably don't remember, but it's going to be Della Reese as the character Vera in Harlem Nights.
I don't remember that one.
You remember in Harlem Nights? You remember the woman that beats the shit out of Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
In a fight?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because when she gets up, oh, you would have hit me with garbage. Now I got to cut you.
Yeah.
So when she's beating him up, I'm like, I'm sure you're going to put the clip in.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to hit people with garbage cans. Now I got to cut you.
There's a spoof of that in Pastor Courvoisier as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. There's a spoof of it in Pastor Courvoisier. Number 8.
Yeah.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, okay, cool.
For
Madam Vice President.
Yeah, for Proud Mary and also for Cookie in Empire.
Yeah.
Right. Number 7.
Justice for Juicy.
Number 7. Angela Bassett.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Why is she 7?
Because this isn't in specific order.
Okay.
It's just like I just wrote them
just
down.
the top 10.
Yeah,
okay.
this is just the 10.
Got
right?
you.
Yeah. Queen Ramonda in Black Panther, and obviously Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do
Of
with
course.
It.
Yeah.
Right. She said, "Oh, you got in that limousine." I got dealt with. Number 6 is Florence Kamsuba. Right. She plays Io in Black Panther,
right?
But also in
yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
She's the one who deactivates the Winter Soldier's arm. That's some cold shit.
Kyle.
Bastard, damn you, James.
Did you know they could do that?
No.
Yeah.
Number 5, Danny Guerrero, Okoye in Black Panther, and obviously Michonne in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Number 4, Pam Grier. Coffee, Foxy Brown, Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Number 3, Nia Long. She's Debbie in Friday. Right? She's the one that Craig is into.
Across the street.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. With the fucking the jean shorts.
No. That's Miss Parker.
Miss Parker. Who's the other one? Who's
the girl he wants to date.
Right, okay,
right?
Yeah.
Her. Because
what was from she's been in loads of shit.
She's in stuff.
Loads of stuff. Boiler Room.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's in stuff. Her, because when you think about it, watching Friday, she's the only person who directly stands up to Debo for just straight up, right? Everyone else, the only other person who steps up to Debo is Craig, and he only does it in defense of her.
Excuse me, his name's Craig.
Craig, yeah.
Craig. It's Craig.
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah. So.
I know. Sorry, just on the side note, I know a white dude called Craig, and I call him Craig all the time. He fucking hates it. He's like, "That's not my name," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, Craig."
Craig.
Right. So that's number 3. Number 2, Halle Berry.
Of course. Yeah. In everything she's ever been in.
Well, specifically Sophia in John Wick, and Ginger in Swordfish.
Thank you. Oh, I was like, if he doesn't say Swordfish, I'm gonna slap this motherfucker.
Ginger in Swordfish, right? And number 1 is Regina King.
Yeah. Dude, I told you. I remember I said to you, that bitch needs to be on that list.
Yeah.
I find her ridiculously attractive.
Oh,
she's so hot. I don't know what it is about her, because she's not conventionally attractive, if that makes sense. Like, if you're looking for like a woman who's like big bum, big boob, whatever, right? She's not conventionally attractive. But like, I'm also extremely attracted to her. But yeah, Regina King.
Yeah.
Big up Regina King.
She got it for Trudy Smith in The Harder They Fall, and for Southland.
And Boondocks.
Southland.
Yeah.
She did the voice. She's
Huey and Riley in the Boondocks.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So the other list is.
The other list was it was hot women.
Do you have that?
I mean, I have a list of women, but
is it the list?
I suppose it could be the list, but
no,
I have honorable
if you're not
mentions.
ready to explore the list, that's okay.
I have honorable mentions for these.
Give me the honorable mentions. I want to hear.
So, I had Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell, remind me.
She is Sydney in House Party, the original House Party.
Oh, she's
My Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
Her. She had a good face. She looks like shit now, but yeah.
Right. So there was Susan Hayward, who's Sister Sage in The Boys.
Yeah.
Right. Gabrielle Union. Sid.
Yeah, dude.
Right. Bad Boys 2.
No, do you know what, bro? For me, it's Cradle to the Grave.
Oh yeah.
When she's doing the little dance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. The last 2 is Alfre Woodward. She's Mariah Dillard in Luke Cage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the last one was Lashana Lynch. She is Izogi in The Woman King, but she's more famous for being Nomi in No Time to Die. So she's the new 007.
Yes. Yeah. I know her. Yeah, I like her. Do you know what makes me laugh? The whole time you've been talking about these hot black chicks, like fucking Joe's been sitting there completely uninterested. He's like, black women, whatever.
Disgusting.
No, there was a couple moments where he was like, "Yeah, I'm down for that." I'm down. He's like,
"No,
cool, I hear you, right?"
No, I promise you.
When I said Southlands, he was like, "Yeah,
Southland's a good show." But I promise you, he wouldn't bang a single one of them, even if they offered it on a plate. Yes or no? You have to think about it. Like, fucking...
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry I'll do about...
there you go. Right.
Yeah, but Halle Berry is about as black as Kamala Harris, let's be honest.
That's a good thing.
This guy, holy shit! Oh man, she's so Indian, Kamala Harris. I can't believe she's playing it out like she's black, bro.
Hey man, you play the cards as you deal them. That's the country for it. You take anything that goes. Okay, if these guys want to think I'm black, yeah, let's go with that shit. You go with that shit.
Was there any more on your list? Any other list you wanted to talk about?
No,
I think we're kind of done now.
No, you got 8 minutes to
8 minutes. Okay.
The other list was just like it was the women I had compiled who would be on the list for top 10 attractive.
Don't ruin it. I want you to get that list right. Get the list right. Don't ruin it.
I mean, I think the list is cool.
If you think you got it, go for it. But I don't want to rush you to it.
Well, I think I've got it.
All right. Okay.
So,
go.
There's be some overlap.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. Sure.
Again, 10-1, not in a specific.
Oh no! Did you have to have the number one?
Oh no, I have a number one.
Okay, yeah, I want to know what that number one is. Don't tell me now. Obviously, work to it.
Yeah. All right. So, well, first off is Pam Grier is number 10.
Okay, yeah.
She was bad.
Still is.
Right. Taraji P Henson's 9.
Yeah.
Lala Anthony.
But not just for her looks though. Not anything else. She's a dum.
Well, this is
just looks.
Just looks, right? Right. So Lala Anthony is 8.
Lala, yeah, of course.
Right? Mm-hmm. Gabrielle Union is 7.
Yeah.
Halle Berry is 6.
Oof, I would have had a higher on the list.
I know, right? Angela Bassett is 5.
Mm-hmm. Again, would have given her higher on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Regina King.
Yeah.
She's 4th.
Good. Yeah, that's a good placing for her.
Regina Hall is 3rd.
Remind me. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Scary movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And the final 2 spots. Megan Good.
Of course.
And then Nia Long was number 1.
Nia Long, yeah.
Nia Long.
I would have.
Yeah, I know you would have probably switched them.
Yeah,
but
I would have had Megan Good. She's close top spot for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, dude, Angela Bassett, man.
Because I'm looking at it, and we're talking like this is baddest black women, and I'm just thinking like, okay, I had to limit it to like, because certain people, I was like, nah, you can't get entry into this list, right? So I was like, I had to remove certain people. I was like, no, not you. And then I was thinking like, okay, there are certain roles where I've seen someone, I'm like, you look good in this role, but only this role. And then there's other roles where I've seen you and you look haggard, right? And I'm like, that's just a part of good makeup.
Yeah,
right?
but the thing is,
but when I'm like consistent, but when I'm like those 10 women are like consistently.
Yeah, but black doesn't crack though. You get some chicks who just like Angela Bassett, who just doesn't age, and when she does, it's so like a fine
graceful
wine, dude.
Gracefully aging.
Yeah, dude, oh man, she aged so well, and that's a lot. It's a lot of black women actually. A lot of black women, they age beautifully, like Gabrielle Union. Like,
that's not
all right,
fucking
cool.
true.
Her hairline's gone a bit back, but it's true. Listen, whatever. But yeah, she still got it, dude. She's still got it. Because I dated a girl from Barbados who looked a lot like Gabrielle Union when I was younger. When I was in college, and I probably would have married that girl if she hadn't moved away.
Why?
Huh? Because she was great. Dude.
Come now, Joe. Not everyone has the same.
I'm joking.
Right now,
can I just add to that? Do you know the chick in X-Men who plays the younger version of Storm.
Yes.
She's very good looking. She enters the ring.
Okay.
So
all right.
So you were just gonna say something because I wanted to address something you said before we started recording. But go on.
You go on. Yeah, no. So I'm happy to hear that, Joe. I'm happy to hear that.
So I'm about to close it out on something unless you want to say anything.
Well, there was one thing I wanted to bring up,
go for it.
right? So it would require you to put on the screen because I need to put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Or no, actually, we won't put it on the screen, but I will just talk about it and then I will send you the pictures and you can.
Yeah, go.
Right. Have you ever heard of Chaz Crisps?
Chaz Crisps?
Yeah. Joe, you ever heard of Chaz Crisps?
They're like
CHAZZ.
They're like wafer thin crisps.
They just look like regular.
Oh, okay.
Regular potato chips, crisps.
No.
All right. So the reason I bring this up is because Chaz Crisps, I discovered this by accident. Because it came up, I don't know where it came up, but I literally saw it and was like, that's a lie. And then literally took screenshots to make sure I had it so I could present it to you boys today.
Okay.
The reason I bring it up
whenever you're ready.
All right. Cool. Because
screen share onto Apple TV.
Right. Because I'm saying to you fellas,
click the one that says living room.
Yeah. Yes, I'm on living room Apple TV. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Now, as you can see, kettle chips, Chaz,
pussy flavored
crisps, right? Now, well, you can see that.
Who's pussy?
I don't. Hers, I guess. Right?
Because I don't know about you boys, but I've eaten a lot of pussy, and some of them tasted different than others.
You know, some of them you can tell, and I was like, "This is a high fiber diet," and others you're like, "Yeah, this is a plant based pussy."
Yeah.
Right now,
you're like, this chick, she smokes.
Yeah, you're like, ooh,
this shit is delicious.
You like kiwis. But so there's that. There is also for the ladies
dick flavor.
Dick flavor.
And I love how this is the jungle edition, but they did not have the balls to put a black guy on it.
I mean, yeah, that would cause a lot of issues.
Well, it looked like Tarzan, didn't it?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Right?
Wow, that's amazing.
The big Chaz in your mouth. Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, where do you? Is this America? Wow.
Lithuanian company just released adult pussy flavored potato chips, and they look like it looks like a pussy.
Yep.
Wow. Do the dicks one looks like dicks?
I don't know. I couldn't find.
Okay, so they got cannabis ones.
Mushroom.
Magic truffles. Caramelized onion.
Oh yeah, then because it was just to point out that they had regular flavors too. So they had caramelized onions, Italian spritz, and Greek kebab.
I've been spritzed by an Italian girl before.
Yeah, so that was what I was like, I need to show you boys this.
Wow.
What?
I'm gonna go on to something real quick. Yeah.
Yep.
I just ask just before I want to close it off. I want to ask a quick question, right?
Yes, ask away.
All right. This is not a racist thing.
Okay.
I just want to know. Have you obviously have had sex with black girls in your life?
Yes.
Joe, have you?
No.
You never had to. Okay, well then actually it might just be me and you then here, buddy.
Okay.
So do black girls are they? Because in my experience, most of the black chicks that I've slept with are ready to go. When they get even slightly aroused, they are just ready to go. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I fucked this girl back when I was in like, how old was I? I was in my 20s. And I fucked this chick. And dude, when I was done, like, I walked out of the room to like get a drink, came back in, and you knew that we had just fucked. And it smelled. She was in the room getting ready to fuck before I walked in. When I walked in, I knew she was ready to fuck. I could smell
the pheromones.
The pussy stank was in the air, bro. And I was like, yo. And every black girl I have ever fucked has had and not in a horrible way. I'm not saying this like stinky pussy in a bad way. They just had a very potent strong pussy smell, where they're like a fucking like
the pheromones was
like an animal in the rut, you know, just ready to go, bro. And I was just wondering, like, is this an isolated incident for me? or have you guys slept with black girls and you can tell? Because like I've fucked like white girls and Chinese girls and all manner of races. I fucked them all, Indian girls, and like I have found that like black chicks are usually the ones that I have found that are more ready to go. They're like, when it's time, it is fucking, and it is a slip and slide, dude. Like you're just wee. See, and it is so fun. Right. But is this me? Is it just me?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Because
I've experienced because your wife's black and you can't talk about this.
Because I've experienced what you have.
Just like you can't do that.
So I'll say is I've experienced what you have mentioned with the majority of black females that I've been intimate with, but also
you slept with white girls, right?
Yeah, but
and
also
so you notice a difference.
Yes, there is a difference.
Yeah, okay.
But I also have experienced it with Asian girls.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, I can't
define
it and say
they got like I've had sex with Asian girls, and it's like their vaginal canals are very small because they're very small women. So when you fucking break through, it's like they're like ooh, and then you're hitting everything. You're whereas like some chicks are so wet. Like I've fucked like Hungarian girl I slept with, right? She used to get so well, it just felt like there was no pussy walls.
Just floating in the ether.
Yeah, you feel like you're like
you're in the middle of the ocean.
You feel like
a fucking a puddle. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's only so much you can have. You need listen, guys. You need some friction.
You need friction, man.
Like if you're too wet, like bitch, you need a towel or something. You want to dry up a little bit because it's like and then I'm not talking like. The only way I can describe like the texture is it's not like piss or water. It's like when like David in Prometheus grabs that goo and he looks at it and he stretches it out in his fingers and he's like fascinating.
Impressive.
It's like that. You're like looking at it again. Fascinating design. Yeah, it's great. Like, yeah, just think you want to fuck it. You know, like, and that's what it feels like. Just feels like that extra lubricant. But some of these chicks out here are just extra luby. Now I don't know if that's gonna build. Dude, I remember one time I had this girl in my car. I can't even fucking saying this story. I had this girl in my car, yeah, and her name was Ashley. And she lived in like Slough, right? And we couldn't fuck straight away because, like, don't get me wrong, when we did it was great, but we couldn't fuck straight away because she had like fucking people at home, her mum and dad, and and I lived at home with my mum and dad, so I couldn't really do anything.
Couldn't find the opportunity.
But I remember in my car, like there was a pussy stain in my car. Because like one time me and her were like going, like we were like kissing and stuff. She got so wet, she left this like she fucking basically pissed, right? But it was like pussy juice piss, right? In my car seat, on my fucking driver's seat, on my passenger seat. And it was there, it was a company car, and it was there the entire time I owned that car. I would look down and people would look at God, you spilled a drink, and I'm like, nah.
It's a stain.
It's a stain. I wouldn't tell them what it was, obviously, but they were like, I think you spilled something in the car. And like, I remember getting my car detailed and remember saying like, leave the seats alone.
You were like,
that's a reminder, dude. That's a
mark of greatness.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
I remember, and oh, dude, and that girl was great to have sex with too. I fucking ruined that girl. But yeah, I just remember like, we were getting really hot and heavy one night, and then she was sat down. She was like, "I'm so fucking wet. I really want to bang." And we were outside our house, and it was like we couldn't, it wasn't gonna happen. But and I remember when she got up, I remember you could smell the stank in the car. She was ready to go, dude. And then when she got up, there was just this like little puddle that she just left, and she didn't even notice it. But she was ready, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, dude." And like, when you want to bang so hard that like the end of your dick is like, ah! He's like fucking, you know, the end of your cock there is pulsing, and it's like fucking William Shatner. He's like,
Gone!
You're like that. You're like, fuck, you know. And a light breeze could come along, and you're gonna just fucking bust your load.
He's like your dick. Is
And
like,
that's what it was like with that girl.
Goku
I remember.
when he first turns Super
And
Saiyan.
I was still in my dumb. I was still in my dumb 20s. I was still ready. I was like one of those. When I'm at 20, I was a back-to-back fucker. I'm like, bust my load, back in. Let's go again. You know, like I can't do that no more. But I miss them days. Like,
the closest thing, the last thing I'll say, because we're over time, the closest thing I got to what you're saying was of a Greek girl I was with. She was ready, and that's the only time I've had that. With every other woman I've been with, it's you have to work a little bit.
You gotta get away from the Eastern Bloc, sir. It'd be adventurous, man.
Cold and dry over there, man.
I've only. Funny enough, would you? I mean, you wouldn't call German.
No, that is not that.
North Europe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. I'd like to have a before we close out. I'd like to have a go on an Icelandic chick, like a big British, like fucking.
Oh,
I'll tell
strong.
You what, tell you what. Bring up. Hold on. Like. I'm gonna show
music video.
To all of you. Go onto Google, right, and just share screen this picture. Type in Gabby Garcia.
Gabby Garcia.
Yeah, Gabby Garcia.
Alright.
UFC fighter.
Huh?
UFC fighter.
She's not a UFC fighter, but yeah. He's just bringing up a picture. Gabby. No, Gabby, not Gaggy. Yeah. Yeah, that big chick. Go to images. Yeah, I'd like to have a go at that. She's like a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's a big, strong motherfucker, right? And I saw her because Vanderlei Silva brought her in as a grappling coach on The Ultimate Fighter when he was doing it with one of his coaches, and he was a guest coach, and he brought her in with against Chael Sonnen when they were doing it in Brazil. And yeah, everyone was like, Jesus, she's like a dude. She does look like a dude. She's built like a fucking geezer.
Well, she still has feminine qualities.
She's a full woman, and I'm like, yeah, I'd totally give that a go. It's kind of like, you know, Chris Cyborg is the woman.
Yeah, I know Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, Chris Cyborg. Her face is all fucked up, but her body's amazing. She used to be like a UFC fighter as well. Bring up the pictures to joke is he Chris Cyborg without the H. What?
No, when you said Chris Cyborg without the H,
as in no hormone. Yeah, Chris Cyborg. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, she's had a lot of work done to her face, and she spent a lot of time on roids, even though she denies it all the time. But at the same time, I would absolutely give that a go. I'm like, yeah, cool, it's a challenge. This chick looks like she could beat me up. Let's fucking do it.
I mean, still, you know.
You're about to bring up Gina Carano, right? No. Ronda Rousey. Jada Cargill. Yeah, dude, yeah, that's what I mean. Like you look at her and you're like, yeah, she looks like she can fight, bro, Jada Cargill. She looks like she could fucking overpower you, you know? You want to give that a go. By the way, before we go, so earlier, and I'm going to close it off on this, you said that you had a real conundrum with a character that you see on television. What was her name?
Harley Quinn Smith.
Harley Quinn Smith, right? Harley Quinn Smith, because you found her attractive, but also you're vastly older than she is. She's legal, but you're vastly older than she is. So type in, and it was weird because it was like, and I was like, oh, but kind of like Drew Barrymore, and you said no because Drew Barrymore was older than me. Because basically the point is, you've seen them as children, as actresses. She's now a grown up, kind of like Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes,
right?
Very
you watched
similar,
her when she was younger in Stranger Things, but now
she was like 11 or something.
And now she's a grown up and she's pretty hot, and you know, and Drake is making a hefty withdrawal. Because he's been grooming her for a while, even though she's married and everything, right? But the point is that like, so what I want you to do,
her marriage won't last.
Type in the youngest daughter from My Wife and Kids.
Oh no, she's a porn star, isn't she?
No, she's not a porn star.
No, that's
she's a grown ass adult, dude.
I'm thinking about Fishburne.
Yeah, that's Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Look at what she looks like now. What's her name? Parker McKenna, yeah? Just type in Parker McKenna.
I mean, that picture wasn't showing me the greatest.
Yeah, that dude, just type in Parker McKenna, like modeling photos or whatever, right?
Parker McKenna.
Is her last name Posey?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, she's attractive.
Dude. I remember watching My Wife and Kids and her as a child. Like a little baby girl, she was like however old, right? 10 years old, fucking 7 years old, and look at her now. Dude.
I mean, I'll be...
Father Time was very kind to her. You're about to follow her on Instagram.
No, I'm not about to follow her on Instagram. But...
Like, she's a mother, she's married now, she's a grown-up, right? But it's just weird because, like, you find her hot. You're like, she's fucking really hot. But then I also remember... I go back now and still watch My Wife and Kids on fucking Disney Plus. And I'm like, it's just painful. So it's really weird. It's a weird... conundrum, but anyway, that probably makes me a sick fucking piece of shit.
This is why I was like, this is exactly why when I said ages ago, right, that like pre like marriage, pre being with my wife, I was like, I had a cap of like anyone beyond this point in time, don't even want to look at. She's exactly why I had to make that.
You have to draw that line.
We had to draw that line in the sand where I was like, I think I said, anyone born after December 31st, 1989, no go, no matter what, right? Yeah, that's why. Because that is like, if you never knew anything about her, if that's the only image you ever saw, you're like, wow, that's an attractive woman. That is a beautiful woman. There's no denying that. However, knowing that like the first time I saw her, she was in single numbers, right?
Legitimately, she would have been about 7 years old.
Yeah, like no.
Yeah. I don't agree. I agree with you, but I don't. If she came up to me, she was like, "Come get up in these guts, bro." I'm getting up in them guts, bro.
No, because I'm like, I would see it, and then I would just in my head. Even if they are legal, consenting adults, in my head, all I would be like is like, as soon as I bust, I'm just gonna fall asleep and open my eyes and be in the cell I'll be in the cell in between Diddy and Buffy.
Yeah. You're thinking too much, bro.
Nah, I was like.
Sorry, Joe. Go on.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Joe?
It was just one more that I had to add to the list. It was Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife.
Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Nah, because every time I've seen her, she's been older than me. Because she's older than me.
No, the person that I find attractive.
Oh, he's still there.
My man.
Yeah. I'd even smash her daughter.
Zoe.
Oh, Zoe Kravitz. Yeah.
But this chick here, this Parker McKenna.
Yeah.
If you break up with your husband and you don't, just hit me up. Come find me. I got you. I'll look after you. You could be my wife and make me kids.
It would be the equivalent of Zangief getting his hands on freaking Sakura in this Street Fighter.
Yeah, well, I bet Sakura would have a good time though. And on that bombshell, I've been L.
I've been Nil.
Jose.
We love you loads. Please subscribe, watch the podcast, and tell your friends it's not safe for work because it's not safe for work. But we love you, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.
This house cheaper than a car. 25 square meters. Triple glazed windows. Aluminum. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. AC great insulation. 一来和吹 contents 不要太个它，有 privacy。Great house 卡特卡的米。